Hi, my name is Natalie, and I'm a therapist with Blomquist Hale. Mindfulness is something that's commonly talked about in therapy as a tool to help us through the stresses of our life. And with good reason, a lot of research has shown that mindfulness can do a lot of wonderful things like improve our focus, reduce our stress, enhance our emotional regulation, boost our self awareness and self esteem. It can promote better decision making and just overall increase our well being. And when we practice mindfulness regularly, it can improve our sleep and lower anxiety, and even strengthen our relationships by fostering empathy with others. Plus, it's a really great tool to help us enjoy the moment rather than getting lost in all of our worries. Sometimes we talk about mindfulness as a way of grounding ourselves to help us get connected to the world around us instead of being stuck in our heads. So I'm going to talk about ways we can use the five senses in two different ways to help us be more mindful and grounded. The first way is using the five senses, and we call this the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. You can do this in any order, any number, doesn't have to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but we take five things we can see, four things we can hear, three things we can feel, two things we can smell, and one thing we can taste. And as I mentioned, maybe you just focus on five things you can see and four things you can hear. Or maybe you focus on just one or two of each, but it's whatever feels the right way for you. So, five things I can see. Maybe I'll look around my office and look for all the different colors of green I can see. Maybe I will look at a picture that is calming for me. Maybe I will look for the number of plugs in my office. I don't typically go around counting the plugs, but again, it's the purpose of getting out of my head and connected to the world around me. Sounds that I hear, I might listen to the hum of my lights, the cars and traffic passing outside my window, the voice of my coworkers outside my door. Feel, I might feel connected to my chair, see what parts of me is connected to the floor and my chair, and just paying attention to those different things. And we can do this in any way that makes the most sense. The other thing we can do is using the five senses as a coping skill list, which can also help ground us and help us be more mindful and present throughout the day. Often we go from task to task, from activity to to-do list to event, and we just go until we find ourselves drained. And one way that we can stay mindful and present is by incorporating as many little self-care things throughout the day as we can. And the five senses can be a great guide to help us do so. So again, we want to come up with things that might be long or short, require no money, or might be an experience, things that we can do in a wide variety of settings. So for example, for sight, maybe that means I have an evening where I just binge watch a series that I really enjoy. But I don't always have time for that in the middle of the day, nor would that be appropriate at work. So maybe in the meantime at work, I can look at a picture that's calming or imagine that favorite vacation spot. With sound, maybe it is listening to a playlist of songs that make you happy, songs that are peaceful. Maybe it's listening to ambient noises or white noises. People really seem to enjoy noises like waterfalls, fire and fireplace, and rainfall. Different noises can give us a calming presence. Maybe it's talking to someone that has a soft voice or that you always feel emotionally safe with. Touch, I think, is the broadest category because there's a lot we can do. It could be something as simple as wrapping up in a warm, fuzzy blanket, taking a bath or a shower. It might be putting on those comfy pair of socks or petting an animal. There's lots of research that shows that petting an animal can decrease our stress levels. But it could also be things like coloring in an adult coloring book or making bread or playing basketball, going for a run. Smell can be some things like going outside and taking a breath of fresh air. It could be having a dab of an essential oil and a little cotton ball by you that can be a nice scent or a candle. Could be having a mint or something along those lines that just provides that calming scent. And then taste might be things like having a mint or having a glass of water. There's nothing wrong with having a comfort food every now and then, as long as that's not our only coping skill. But we don't want that to be our only coping skill, and we want to integrate many throughout the day. And the hope is that throughout the day, as we are integrating ways to be mindful, it doesn't allow our stress to build up throughout the day. So we have more energy to get the things we want to accomplish done and don't feel quite as worn out when we pull in the driveway at the end of the day.